Abraham was still standing there, just happy. And the Bible says the Lord came to him and says, now, Abram, I'm getting ready to bless you. I had to wait till something got gone. But because you denied yourself and were willing to let the young man choose and go on about his business, he said, now, I'm getting ready to bless you. He said, now listen, this my text is almost over. He said, now, Abraham, I want you to look around. And that's what I come to tell somebody today, by the grace of God. You know I don't have a lot of time. I'm trying to tell you, you need to start looking around. Some of y'all need to start making room in your lives for the things that God's about to do. You need to start looking around, thinking about what's God finna do, and start telling God. And the Bible said, God says, look to the north, look to the south, look to the east, and look to the west. And whatever you see, the modern day church has gotten caught up on, well, I don't see it, but I'm believing God for it. I'm trying to tell y'all something today that, hey, God's ready to give you something you can see. God's about ready to, I think some of y'all don't come far enough now. He can trust you to look at something and say, I want it. And he said, I'm going to give it to you. Y'all not saying nothing to him. I thought that'd be a happier message than that right there. I want to get to the point in the Lord where he can tell me, just look around, Bobby, and tell me what you see. And when you see it, if you get in your mind, I trust you enough, I'll give it to you because of the relationship that I have with you. Oh, that's deep. That's deeper than you think. Hey, I'm a faith person. Abraham is styled as a father of faith. But how God jump-started him in that day, God says, look to the east, north, west, and south. God said, whatever you see, I'll give it to you. Give it to you. The Bible says, as soon as Abraham looked all around him, God said, I'm fixing to bless your seed. And I'm going to cause your seed to multiply in such a manner that you won't be able to count it. You finna bless my seed, and I won't be able to count it. No man can number what I'm about to get. Do you realize how huge that is, young man? Young lady, you remember how huge that is? That God says, I think I can trust you. Now, what you see, I'll give it to you. Because the way you look at something is not the way that the average person sitting around looking at something. If you don't spend a lot of time around God, seeking God, this really ain't going to help you a whole lot. Because you ain't going to be able to get your mind around it. But I'm talking to the people, have I got anybody here that, hey, you've been on the road a little while now, and you ready, you saying, Lord, do you trust, Lord, I trust you. Do you trust me? Lord, I feel like I'm ready now for you to bless me. Watch here. The Bible says as soon as Abraham looked north, south, east, and west, the Bible says that the Lord said, and now I'm going to bless your seed. Nobody will be able to number it. Watch here. I told you a couple of weeks ago, it was in my spirit. And God said, all I ask you to do, if you looked at it, walk to it. Y'all ain't said nothing. This going to be as good as it gets. If you believe I can give it to you and you looked at it, start towards it. Just if you can get your foot on it, if you can get your foot on it, God says, I'll give it to you. Abram, our relationship is deeper than just you believing me for a lot of stuff and waiting on it. I'm telling you now, if you can put your foot on this thing, will give it